Hello, nerds. Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you. If you're new to our show, we cover the geek news beat and we share our opinions with that news. I'm your host, Chuck, and with me we have Randy. Say what's up to the people, Randy.
Yo, what's up, Geek Beast? Chuck, what are we talking about tonight?
First things first, did you see the Dune Part 2 trailer, the first one they made?
I didn't see the one that was just released.
Okay, you didn't see the new trailer?
I haven't, but you want to know? I
Oh,
know I'm about to I'm probably gonna get flamed out here. I haven't seen the first Dune movie.
guess what, Randy? You're not alone. I haven't seen it either. I told Travis about that today. If y'all don't know, Travis Williams is one of our hosts for Tech Nubians. And he looked at me like, what? He
Yeah,
was like, when you come back to LA, you're gonna come in my house, we're gonna watch Dune.
so I saw the trailer was out there and I did start to watch it, but I haven't played the game and I haven't seen the movie. So
There's not a game, Randy. It's a book, and it's only a movie right now.
okay,
They
I
made
thought
a game, but nobody plays that game. That game
okay,
is
I thought it was a
not. It's
game.
not. It's not a real game. It's not.
Okay.
No.
But
Nah.
I just couldn't. I was just like, I don't know what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And I should, and I can pick up on when I should know something and when I shouldn't. And I just like, nah, it's not, haven't seen the first one, so I'm not familiar with his characters. And, I just,
It's a sci. You didn't watch the first Dune that came out in the 80s?
I did not.
Oh my God, I loved that movie. I treated it like a horror movie because it's kind of scary when I was a little kid. I forgot what year it came out. What year did Dune come out?
I have no idea. So,
But it is an amazing sci-fi journey.
and I
Like Dune is amazing.
but I am going to watch. I am going to watch the movie. I am going to. The thing was, everybody told me. Everybody was like, "You got to sit in the theater," and somehow I missed seeing it in the theater.
Apparently you don't. I know a lot of people that saw it at home and was like, it's amazing at home too.
Okay, because everybody I talked to was like, "Yeah, you got to sit in the theater," and it's like I didn't sit in the theater, so I was like, "Do I? Should I watch it?" Because I think we had this
Is
conversation a couple of days ago. It's like the same way I feel about Avatar. If I don't see Avatar in the theater, I'm not going to watch it at home. It's just
yeah.
an individual
This
experience.
is a really interesting movie. It grabs like a lot of Arabic and Islamic folklore and Zen and other religion folklore. It mashes it into one world in the future based on salts. It's an Asimov series.
Hmm.
So it is an amazing film apparently.
Yeah,
And
and
I
the
love the first one.
okay, Defunct says true. Like Avatar, the theatrical exhibition, particularly the sound and rumbling, really elevate the experience. So I gotta watch it. I guess I gotta find a good system. Maybe they'll re-release it in the movie theaters
They're going
before,
to re-release it. They're going to re-release it in the theaters when the second one comes out.
and then
But the
I'll
1984 is a David Lynch film. It's kind of one of the films that put David Lynch on the map.
okay.
And so he came out with this, and it's like it's mind blowing. It came out in 1984, so I was like 7. But I remember watching it on I think it was on Cinemax, and I was scared. I thought it was a horror film, but it's a sci-fi novel. It has some interesting characters. But they had the best fight scenes. Guys were like in these jail blocks fighting each other. It was really cool.
Okay. So I'll re
But
I'll not watch it, but I'll check it out when it comes back
uh-huh.
when it gets
If
re-released.
you don't want to check it out, you can always read the book too.
Well,
You can always read the book. The book is always there.
yeah, there's
You know what
those
I'm
are
saying?
those are
Frank
good.
Herbert is the author of the book,
Yeah.
so you can check it out. I think it's in a series of books too. There's
5 sequels. Okay.
5 sequels. So you check it all out. People are probably be really ecstatic about it. Um, Definitely I heard Timothy Chalamet kills it, and I heard that Zendaya kills it in it.
Cool. I like Zendaya.
Okay, so DC's Jim Lee now has the job you already thought he had. Uh, the great Jim Lee has another link in his impressive chain. He's just been promoted to president of DC Comics. He's also still the publisher and chief creative officer of the Warner Brothers Discovery owned company, where he has been since 1998. This gig involves heading up the creative teams as well as the creative efforts to integrate DC's publishing portfolio of characters and stories across all mediums, supporting the brands and studios of Warner Brothers uh, Discovery.
Well, Jim Lee is a true comic book legend, right? He's done legend
Yeah,
work. With this promotion though, I wonder how that impacts the DCEU. Does he collaborate with James Gunn? Is it separate? Is he like a guidance? Does he provide guidance? I wonder how that plays into the
he's the
overall strategy.
CCO, right?
I
He's the
don't
CCO.
I
Well,
don't
that's
know.
of the comic books, though.
That's the
So,
comic books. Does
so
how
yeah, he's president of DC Comics. So that's really interesting, right? You have the chief creative officer, and he's the guy that controls the money, and he's the guy that determines what gets released, and he's the guy that's supposed to fire the people that if the publisher or the CCO mess up. That he's
yeah,
all three of those.
yeah, I don't know. I'm curious how it impacts the DCU.
Like I think if they made him the president, they need to find a new CCO and a new publisher.
Yeah, so it seems like
Because
DC just doesn't know what it wants to be.
because the publisher's job is to pump out great comics on the
Hmm.
timeline. The CCO is the guy that controls the creative narrative of all the stories and the characters and their looks and whatnot. And then the president is to make sure the company doesn't fail and knows how to beg Warner Brothers and Discovery for the money they need to continue publishing comics.
You think they
And to
try?
talk to the other divisions as well
You
about
think
what
they
they
trying
should
to
make as
make them
movies
fail?
and animation. What?
Yeah, you think they're trying to make them fail by giving them too
Uh,
much?
I mean,
It's a lot.
the president, the chief creative officer, and the publisher, that's three major jobs at one
Right,
time.
right.
You know?
Yeah, that's a
That's
lot.
that's like saying LeBron's going to be the owner, the coach, and the
And
star
the general,
player.
yeah, or the general manager, the coach, and the player, right?
Yep.
Yeah, those are three different roles that are
Yes.
challenging in their self to do individually.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
maybe he
think he's gonna
staffs,
crush it.
but maybe he staffs it out. I don't know.
They said, as the trade reports, Lee's promotion is seen as a through line into Warner Brothers Discovery era in the nascent DC studios under James Gunn and Peter Safran. In other words, he's a hugely respected comic book industry veteran, and his
Absolutely.
continued presence at DC, which is about to enter a bold new era in its pop culture legacy, should only help with keeping the company on course.
So maybe he's a figurehead to keep, enthusiasts at the company and
Yeah.
interested.
So that's not the role of the president. It's the president of the comic book company that says, look, film, don't make the Flash this way.
And maybe
Look,
they
animation, don't do it this way. Matter of
and
fact, make this Blue Beetle thing versus this Vixen comic.
I get that, but maybe the ideal is to keep him at the company because he has other options. You offer
Mm.
Jay-Z the president of Def Jam, even though he doesn't run the day-to-day operation. You don't want him going over to Interscope or something like that.
But he's the publisher and he's the CCO. So he
You
runs the
know, but
day-to-day operations and all the creative in the
but
company.
but those are all just titles, right? Those are all just titles. Roles can be assigned as the company sees fit. You give him
True,
the
true,
title, you give
true.
him the title to keep him there. And a little bit of power
So
to
let's make him the Holy Trinity by himself and the
kind.
keeping.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Tim Duncan, you make him a part of the Spurs organization, even though he doesn't do all the roles of the title that's assigned to it. Because he's so synonymous with the organization, you keep him from going to other
I
places
guess
too.
that's fair.
Like Kanye didn't run, and I don't want to, go to Kanye didn't run good music, but it's like we give you a label. It's your label. You sign the artist, but you don't do all the roles of the jobs that
Yeah,
you have.
the job as the
You
president.
have like we have people who do the contracts, who see the day-to-day operation. We want to be in the Kanye West business, right? You add instant credibility. So if it's DC, it's like Jim Lee, who's a legend, right? You add
Mm-hmm.
instant credibility to it. And we'll have people to take care of like those day-to-day operations and all those things, but we want to be in the Jim Lee business.
Okay.
Just a thought,
Uh,
just a thought. I don't
it
know.
could be. We
No.
never know. We'll go to the next story though. People are grinding Netflix shows to prevent them from getting canceled. Then this
Love
is fascinating. A streamer's tendency to act shows early has brought us to a new frontier in streaming area. Devoted fans betting together, watching episodes over and over again to pump up the show's numbers in hopes that their beloved show stays alive.
Yeah, Shadow and Bone has a very active campaign to do
Mm-hmm.
this, especially
With
for season 3. They're trying to ensure that Netflix does a season 3 and a spinoff of the Six Crows.
So they have 24,000 people in this Reddit rewatching it to grind the numbers up at all times.
Yeah. And one of the important things, at least from what I read someplace else, is when the shows first premiere. So when a show first premiere, they'll just watch it and rewatch it. Sometimes they're not even like in the same room. They're just watching it to try to get the fan
The
base and
numbers up.
the numbers up.
Fans made use of the watch party website called
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Telepathy to host nights viewing parties for Shadow and Bone season 2.
Yeah.
Sometimes watching the same episode 5 times a
Yeah.
week in the attempt to maintain the series #2 spot on Netflix's list of most watched TV shows.
Yeah, I read that. So I heard about that a couple of days ago. So I'm all for it. Like, if the
Yeah,
fandom gets together and we want to see a show, and we know Netflix has a
but
habit of canceling good
that's not
shows.
how Netflix judges everything, though.
I won't say it's not exactly, but like other than that, what else do they do?
I
You
hope
know,
that Netflix doesn't cancel the show.
right. So like instead of just idle hope, right? You do some sort of activities that you think can
Yeah, I
contribute
guess. I
to
guess
being
that's what you
renewed.
do when you don't know how that algorithm works.
So other than that, like what else can they do?
Because Netflix does recognize if you watch the show over and over again.
I would imagine they have
They
a way.
do.
They
They
would have a
recognize
way
the
of
same
conducting that.
IP address and the
Right,
same
right.
account.
Same. I would imagine they have that. Like those are included in different numbers
And
as
and
well.
and so it doesn't have the same value as rewatch. Rewatch doesn't have the same value.
So but yeah, but what else do? It's fandom out there trying to see that their show stays on. I'm in full support of it.
Yeah. I mean, Netflix doesn't have a way you can write in and say, don't cancel my damn show.
Right. And they don't care about like
They don't care about that
yeah, they
anymore.
don't care about somebody. This isn't 19,
Well, they
85.
would care if 10,000 fans send an email saying don't cancel my show, they would care. They would listen because they
Yeah.
know that 10,000 fans is probably 100 fans each per person.
You know.
And they made
So
a concerted effort to keep the show.
so whatever
Speaking of shows and
what
movies, the Outlaw Johnny Black exclusive official trailer launched today from the same team that made 2009 cult classic Black Dynamite. The Outlaw Johnny Black stars Michael Jai White as good deed as dead. Anika Noni Rose, The Princess and the Frog, Erica Ash, We Have a Ghost, Byron Means, Black Dynamite, Kim Whitley, Act Your Age, and Tony Baker. Written and directed by Michael J. White too. It's coming out September 15th. Is a a black western that is totally hilarious, like black exploitation films. Are you
yeah,
excited about this?
I think it's amazing, and it sounds like a black exploitation, not even a spoof of a black exploitation, right? Because Black Dynamite is hilarious. But my thing is like we live in a different era now. Why didn't this just go to Netflix or some streaming service? Are people
Because he paid for it and he wanted to put it in theaters.
are
I
people
think
going to
people
go
will
to the
go watch it.
Do you? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think people will go watch it. And
I don't
if
think
it
they
fails
would.
in theaters, guess what? I can put it on streaming anyway. It's going to go
I,
to streaming eventually.
I would say why not just do it on streaming and it would have more of an impact. I don't know if people want to
No,
actually go
I don't know.
see
I
it.
think it gets released in movies. People say it's a cult classic, and people watch it as a cult classic on Netflix.
I think they I think it becomes a cult classic when nobody watches it. Like, because there's lots of movies, right? They
Yeah.
don't do well at the movie theaters, and then they
Yeah.
go
That may
become
not be
cult
his
classic.
point. He may not care. He just wants to
You
become a cult classic. So
And
that would be the marketing for it to go on to streaming.
I think it would be more impactful if it was just on the streaming service.
Yeah,
And
I
while
think
I
it'll go
want to
straight
see,
to streaming.
and while I want to see this, I don't know if I'm going to the movie theaters to go see this.
I think on streaming it'll get lost. It'll get
I think
lost in the
I think
sauce.
it finds its audience on streaming, along with
I
Power, Ghost,
but
Snowfall, all of those things.
but those are on regular TV too.
Powers,
Like
yeah.
harder they fall, the harder they fall was not considered a Netflix success story.
See, interesting. I haven't read that because
Hmm.
everybody I know has watched it. Like
Yes,
everybody I know has
but
watched the
harder
whole.
they fall was not considered a Netflix
You know,
success story.
you know. Now it's not gonna get 100 million people to watch it, but I feel like it'll have
That's not
more.
what he's going for. I'm
You
using
know,
putting in theaters for marketing so people know it's out there. So when it goes to streaming, and everybody's like, "Have you heard of this film called what's it called? The Outlaw, Johnny Black?" They're
yeah.
like, "Yeah, it's a cult classic." Then they'll watch it. Same way they did Black Dynamite. Black
Black
Dynamite
Dynamite
failed in,
existed really before streaming was big, though.
but yeah, but it failed in the theater.
You know.
It failed in the theater. And what
Yeah.
kept it alive was it became a cult classic.
So we'll see. Because, like I said, I want to see it, but I'm not going to go to the movie theater to see this.
I went to the theater to see Black Dynamite.
So,
And so I'll probably go to the theater to see this too.
okay, we'll see.
You know.
I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, people went to the theater to see Posse, so they can go see this too.
That was 30 years ago.
It don't matter. They went to this
It
movie to
does
see
matter.
this.
It's 30 years ago. And nobody went to go see that shit. It's like 10 people went to go see that shit.
People want to go see Posse.
The whole
Google
world.
Accounts now supports pass keys for password-free sign-in. About damn time, Google. Google's next step into passwordless future is here with the announcement that passkeys, a new cryptographic key solution that requires a pre-authenticated device, are coming to Google accounts and all major platforms starting today. Google users can switch the passkeys and ditch their passwords and two-step verification codes entirely when signing in. They can replace traditional passwords and other sign-ins systems like 2FA or SMS verification with a local PIN or a device owned biometric authentication, such as fingerprint or Face ID. This biometric data isn't shared with Google or any other third party. About damn time, Google. We've been wanting this forever. We need to move all away from passwords. Everybody got a damn phone. Move all the way away from passwords.
Yeah.
And to stop hacking too.
Be an adult and get an iPhone. That's all I can contribute to the story.
But everybody has a phone. So,
I said
my
iPhone.
mother has started her third Facebook page because she can't remember her passwords, nor the password to her email account.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier just to have her punch in the code on her phone to go check her Facebook when every time she needs to log in.
Well, I don't have anything to contribute.
Speaking of that, there's more Google news. The Godfather AI quits Google with regrets and fears about his life's work.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Hinton, who alongside two other so-called Godfathers of AI, won the 2018 Turing Award for their foundational work that led to the current boom in artificial intelligence, now says as part of him regret his life works, him recently quit his job at Google in order to speak freely about the risk of AI.
Yeah. I mean, if you're responsible for the Terminator, I would quit and feel guilty too.
And then his students had developed a neural network that taught itself to identify common
Yes.
objects like dogs, cats, flowers after analyzing thousands of photos. It's this work that ultimately led to the creation of Chat GPT and Google Bard.
Yes. Yeah.
The spread of misinformation is only Hinton's immediate concern. A longer timeline. He's worried that AI will eliminate rote jobs and possibly humanity itself as AI begins to write and run its own code.
Yes. All of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. You started Skynet. You should feel bad.
There's people out there that want this to happen.
There are.
They're like the cults that support vampires. They
Mm-hmm.
want the AI to take over and kill us all.
Mm-hmm. Oh
And some
yeah.
of them want to be the first ones to get killed by the AI.
I don't want to get
So
killed
crazy.
by AI.
Me
You know.
neither. Me
I
neither.
want
I
to
want the Terminator to come kill me.
yeah, I don't want any of that. But yeah, so yeah, all the things that he said. But I mean, I don't know. Like I we joking kid about it, but it's so just so many variables out there that and unknowns. I don't know where we go from here. You said yesterday that the sky isn't falling, the sky just looks different. And I don't
It'll be
know.
different. The sky's not falling. It's just be
Yeah,
different.
I don't know if that's true or not. So, it will be interesting to see where we go with AI and all the technology that we have out there.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting.
You know,
I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we're going to have the multiplier effect in technology where everything doubles as everything gets faster, it doubles in speed.
absolutely.
So eventually, AI is going to double in speed.
Yeah. And
But I
maybe
think
the
I
world just looks different. Maybe it's better. Like maybe we're on some Star Trek shit, you know.
don't know
Yeah.
one or the other.
Yep. People live longer, doctors are better, less malpractice, alternative ways of food. Maybe that's what we become. I don't know.
Hmm. Who knows?
Yeah.
Uh, the Secret Babylon 5 project is an animated movie. So Babylon 5 is still at it. They're going to drop an animated movie. But 9 months ago, the creators of the award-winning space drama teased the second Secret Babylon 5 project, one that would feature every surviving member of the main cast. Today, the secret has been revealed. It's a full-length animated movie from Warner Brothers Animation. Fuller details will arrive in 1 week. We don't even have a title for it yet, but on his Patreon page, series creator J. Michael Skrazzini says it's not a sidebar story, a sequel, or a redo. So it's
I'm not a
continued
huge
in the story.
Babylon 5 fan. So does
I
it
like
mean
Babylon 5. I
I just think
enjoyed it.
okay. Yeah, I just thought it was like, you know, that's it.
And with that being said, I think we should go into crosstalk. It's almost time for
Yeah.
crosstalk.
Okay. All right, so let's
Rodney Rakayan, we're going to crosstalk. Mm-hmm.
oh, all right, so we coming in with the crosstalk. So we doing what? Talking binge worthy tonight.
What's going on? What's going on, Rakai?
I didn't hear you.
You're muted.
Yeah.
Let me see. You gotta fix your mute button. Technology. That
Yep.
damn
Well,
technology.
There you go. I can hear you now.
How you doing?
all right. Tired. Long day.
Long day?
Yeah.
Long day. So, Randy, what are we talking about this evening?
We're talking Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur.
Where can we see Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur for the people that don't know?
For the people that don't know, well, I guess there's a little confusion out there. So they can see it on two places. They can see it on Disney Plus and the Disney Channel.
Okay. So it's on both of them. Okay.
Yeah, it's on
Okay.
both of them. I even believe some of the earlier episodes were dropped on YouTube as well.
Oh wow.
I didn't know that.
They really did partially promote this
I
series a little bit.
I think they tried to. I think they tried to.
Okay.
So
Okay. It was long. It had 16 episodes, you
I
guys.
did.
That's like traditional television almost.
Well, originally, from what I read, they wanted like a full order 22, but for story purposes, and they didn't elaborate what story purposes were, they scaled it down to 16.
Okay.
And if it's on
Okay.
Disney, and if it's on the Disney Channel, that does make sense. That's like traditional television. Like
Okay.
the earlier days of what the Clone Wars, they were on, the Cartoon Network. So they
Cartoon
get,
Network. They
yeah,
had 22 episodes.
which is like, oh, I don't understand why anybody needs 22 episodes of anything.
To fill a TV season. The TV's even changed.
I
So
get it, I get it. But Netflix and all the streaming services, I feel like got us spoiled. And I
mhm.
feel like if you can't tell a story between 8 to 12 episodes, You need to reconsider your career options.
Okay. We got
Just
a couple of minutes for crosstalk.
Yeah.
What's your hot take on Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur?
Black
Uh, right now,
Mm-hmm.
uh, listen, usually I like cliffhangers, but this time, boo, boo that shit with four thumbs. Boo. Oh, and not that anything was bad about it, but I hated the way it ended. It's like it went off, and I was like, wait, where's the next episode? You mean I got to wait another season to see? Oh, hell no.
I had a moment of crisis. I was like, I don't know if we only got 16 episodes. I'm in the chat, like, hold on, we got. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's
you had
gonna
me
be like
doubt
this.
whether I'd seen all the episodes. I was like, wait, maybe I didn't see them. I don't know. I was like, maybe there is one more.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
My hot take on it is black excellence. I thought it came through.
My hot take is girl power. It's girl power.
Well, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. That's been Hollywood's go-to for how many years
But
now?
no, they nailed it. They did everything right about girl power.
Yeah, this should have been, yeah, this was right. But it's like they kind of, get out a shoehorn and they force in
Mm-hmm.
every.
They have one boy episode in it, and you respected him.
Yeah.
They didn't disrespect him or anything like that.
Yeah, I thought it was,
She actually grew from her interaction with the boy.
I think she grew from every interaction she
Oh
had.
yeah, but just with the boy though. Usually, when it's girl powers, they belittle the boy.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that in Moon Girl.
What's up?
I didn't see that in Moon Girl, so I will agree with
No,
you.
they didn't. They didn't belittle the boy. They bigged up the boy.
Yeah.
It was him that actually his ideas what saved her, even though she thought he was an idiot.
Yeah, man. So good stuff. Good stuff.
I guess that's it, you guys. We'll come back with you at 8:10 Pacific Standard Time, 11:10 Eastern Standard Time, and sometime in between there if you're anywhere in between the coast. Shout out to Digital Click for making us look good. Shout out to The Funk for writing our stories and put them in order. They're awesome stories. I wanted to get into the following stories after this, but I couldn't because I'd spend like another 20 minutes on them. Shout out to Rodney for being a great technical producer and director. With that being said, peace out, and we'll see you at 8:10 or 11:10, depending on which coast you're on. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.